Hello there everybody, this is Krista and welcome back to Crochet Witch Tarot, and today I have for you a very special walkthrough of the Black Salt Tarot coming out from our very own Logan at Larkin Legend here on YouTube and on Instagram. They are one of my very favorite deck creators. They have put out the most fabulous Lenormand decks that I own. I've got two of their Lenormand decks, the Precious Possum and the Pink Sugar Lenormand, and their latest project is a tarot. So, I'm pretty sure sometime last year, I say I'm pretty sure in terms of like, I think it was last year at some point. Could have been earlier, but I think it was last year. Pretty sure. They put out on Kickstarter the kind of duo set of the Black Salt and Pink Sugar Lenormands. And now, the Black Salt version will have a matching tarot, which is so exciting. Logan was so incredibly kind to send me this review copy here to share with you all, and I have had the most fun reading and playing around with this deck over the past few weeks, and this will officially be launching on Kickstarter tomorrow at 10 a.m. What does CST stand for again? Central Mountain Time, right? Yes. Should have looked that up. Central Mountain Time? Anyway, tomorrow. So I thought, what better time to share a flip through of this? Why don't we just get started? So, like I mentioned, this is very much a review copy, so some things about the deck will be different come time for the official printing, but some things that will be the same is this gorgeous magnetic box. There is some spot gloss on here that I don't think is going to be included in the official version, but we have this beautiful holographic title, and again, I love a good magnetic box, especially when they perfectly hold the cards, because obviously I do love making tarot bags, but an interesting thing is that I really love storing them still in their boxes, but I will only do it if the cards fit perfectly in their box. Like, I don't like boxes that get too big. That's just my thing about that, I guess. Anyways, so here is the deck. These are the backs. So we have this beautiful holographic foil here that does all of the images. Now, the official version, look at these black edges. Isn't that so nice? This is a bit thicker of cardstock than the official version will be. It is a beautiful matte, not rose petal, but like that soft matte kind of cardstock that is an amazing shuffle. And what I really like about that kind of cardstock is that it doesn't really matter how thick it is per se, it's going to be amazing quality. So this version I have right here is 400 GSM. It is going to be brought down to 350, which is still a really great quality cardstock, but the perk of that is that it'll be very easy to shuffle. Now this one is manageable, but if you have smaller hands, it might not be. I feel like we need to fix the lighting right now so we can really get that holographic effect, right? Hold on. We gotta get that right. But I don't want to make it super bright just in one spot. Oh, I guess that's something I could have played around with before I started, huh? Well, we will lift up each card. I'm sure you get the idea. Yeah. I mean, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Now, let's think about anything else to go over before we just get this party started, huh? I don't think so. I think that's all I have to say. The deck does come with a guidebook that also fits in the box, which I love. This is not complete yet, but is mostly here, and I love this guidebook. We'll start off with that, so for the majors, we have the meaning, which gives you some keywords, a deeper look. My favorite part of this guidebook is that for all of the cards, even the minors, we get this prompt. which gives you a question to think about if you pick that card. And what a fantastic way to set up a guidebook, because I feel like that's something we sort of, at least when I read, I do for myself, where I'm trying to think of, okay, what question does this stir up for me? And to be given that in the guidebook is so fantastic. And then for the majors, we have the creator's lens, which goes into why the image was made the way it was and sort of what Logan was trying to convey, which again is really fantastic because Logan takes so many of these images and just really goes their own way, and I just can't get over it. That's what I love most about Logan's decks, is just how creative the ideas are behind these images, and you'll see as we go through, just the thought process is so cool. So, without further ado, why don't we just get started? I will stop my fangirling. So we have the Fool, the Mage. Logan does also make an effort to really neutralize gender in their decks, which I really, really appreciate, because there are a good amount of decks out there that do that, but not a crazy amount, you know? Not enough, in my opinion, I guess I could say. Empress. The Emperor. I should say, too, that for the majors, we do also get the astrological... What's the word? Astrological association in there. This is my favorite card. We have the Pedagogue with burning books instead of the usual Hierophant. I think this is so fantastic. This really just attached on to my librarian heart, especially over the past year of the just craziness in the world we've seen when it comes to books, and particularly children's books, which is exactly my field. So that one really hit home for me, which was very cool. The Lovers. The Chariot as a rocket ship. How neat is that? I just feel like it really speaks to that idea of kind of steering your own life, but it gives this interesting edge to it of the rocket ship really being this innovative technology, and kind of these minds had to come together with these new and kind of crazy ideas to make this happen. And I just feel like that adds such an interesting layer. Strength. I love seeing this ant here. That might be my favorite depiction of strength ever. So cool. The Hermit. The Wheel with this little windmill. No, it's not a windmill. What are those called? Darn it. Pinwheel. Pinwheel. So fun. Okay, so two of the cards in here are differently colored. Logan was playing around with the possibility of doing a pink sugar tarot, or just like a differently colored version of this, just like the Lenormands. So, of course, with the official deck, all of the cards will be this black coloring. But this is the Justice image that will be there, just, again, in black instead of pink. But don't you love this pink? I really do love the pink. Justice. So cool. Hanging. I love seeing this card as a cocoon. Kind of that change in perspective, but also this gestation period, I think it's really interesting. Death with this gorgeous bird skull. Balance with these irises, I think, again, fantastic. There's so many different ways you could look at the image of these iris flowers to mean balance, which is really, really cool. The Devil. The Tower, I love this. Very much like a, it looks like a wedding cake to me for sure. This wedding cake coming toppling over. Or I guess it's a birthday cake because it's got candles on top. I don't know, to me immediately it looked like a wedding cake, which I think is kind of interesting when you think of the Tower card, because to me that gives sort of this layer of like crumbling structures, like societal norms, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's what that made me think of. The Star. Did I put the Moon out of order? Gosh darn it. The Moon is next. With the lobster, I love that. And then we've got our Sun card with a unicorn. Is that not amazing? Especially since unicorns, I feel like, are such a symbol of really kind of being your authentic self. Things of that sort. Really cool. Calling instead of judgment. Again, fantastic. I think that is so cool. And this to me kind of looks like a bell, which is interesting. Alright, and this is our other card that is just, for right now, differently colored, but again, will be in black. It is the World, and I'll bring it up closer, but it's this dragon circling itself, which is amazing. So cool. Okay, now we are into the minors. So, the minors are a pip style, but they are a descriptive pip style deck, I guess you could say. That's what I'm calling it, because if you really look at these images, it does clue you into what it's trying to say. It's not just like a straightforward pip. Logan really pays attention to detail here, which I certainly appreciate. So we have our Ace of Cups, our Two of Cups. So if you look here, this is what I mean. We have an eye and an apple. And so you could see that as, with the Two of Cups really being kind of that true partnership relationship card. To me, that makes me think of like, oh, you're the apple of my eye. Like when you tell that to someone, obviously you feel very strongly about them. So I just thought that was so cool. Three of Cups. Four of Cups. And now I'm not even like closely looked at all of these cards. So this is partially going to be me kind of doing that while we're here and seeing what thoughts I have. But I'm really excited, like for the ones that sort of don't click for just me personally right away, I can't wait to really just discover that, which is what I think is so fun about this deck. And what really sets it apart from my other pip decks, I would say, is that it just feels like there's so much to discover. Not to say that other pip decks don't have symbology. I do know that they do. But this, Logan goes in their own direction with it, which is really awesome. So we have the Five of Cups, and here we have an eye crying, which is really neat. Six of Cups with these flowers. Seven of Cups. We have all the cups here have a different symbol on them, really giving that idea of all the different choices usually shown in this card. This might be my favorite. We've got the Eight of Cups, which usually is kind of separating yourself from certain emotions, really walking away from something. And here we have 8 cups that are all kind of smashed and broken. It really gives that idea of like once you do that, you can't go back. Like you can't piece these back together exactly the same. Really interesting. 9 of Cups. And 10. I love how we get some symbols from the kind of usual RWS image. So because we've got the rainbows, the birds, the sun. Really neat. Okay. And then we've got our Page of Cups, and there we have our usual fish symbol right here. Really cool. The Knight of Cups with a seahorse. I love that. Queen of Swords, a jellyfish. Interesting. That is interesting. And the king, we've got, I can't quite tell what that is, but that is our King of Cups. It looks like, oh, well the whole cup itself, I see, is a flower. It kind of reminds me of a lotus flower, which is really, really interesting for that card. Onto our wands, we've got the ace. 2 of wands. 3 of wands. This suit particularly really reminds me of Sailor Moon. Something about these star wands just really makes me think of that show, which is amazing. 4. 5 of wands. I like how you see some of the wands breaking here. 6. We have this wreath-like shape up there. 7. 8. I like how we have them speeding off in a different direction, really going upwards instead of downwards. I really like how that becomes almost reader-focused, where the card kind of usually, I feel like, can be speaking of messages from above. This feels like reader-centric in the way of the things that you are kind of launching into the world, which is really neat. 9 of wands. And 10. We've got our page. The knight. I love how we get these flames down here as well. And so many of the court cards have these elf ears, which is just everything. The Queen of Wands, we've got our sunflower down there. And the king with a lion's head, really cool. All right, on to our swords. We've got the ace. Oh, I know what else. Did I say this already? I don't think I did. The official deck is also going to put Roman numerals on the minors. I did not say that. So, if you're looking at this and worried at all about sitting and kind of like counting what's there, there will be Roman numerals on these minors. So, no need to fret. 2, 3. I love how we have that usual heart symbol included. I just love how the symbols are put in here, kind of a bit subtly, but where it's not hard to take notice of them. 4. 5, again, we have these swords breaking here, which is so neat. 6, this I love. I love how the swords create this passageway, and we're going from these rain clouds to partially sunny to sunny, really giving off that feeling of moving on to better pastures. The 7, really cool. 8, we have these locks that have been unlocked, which is a really cool idea for that 8 of swords. The 9. And 10. I love how we get these skulls. I think that is so cool. We've got the page with this light bulb here. That idea of like sparking new ideas. It's really neat. The Knight of Swords. I love this court card. The Queen. We've got this like upside down kind of cat face. I don't know if I can. There we go. Really cool. I love that. And the King, we've got a butterfly, which is really neat. All right. Last but not least, can I speak words today? Who's to say? Last but not least, the Pentacles. We've got our ace here. 2, 3 all tied together. That idea of working together, really, really cool. 4, 5 again. The coins being broken. It's just, oh, it's so subtle in a way, but just so cool. The 6, 7, we've got these roots growing down. That idea of patience and like waiting for something to grow, really putting in the time and effort to get something started. 8 of coins. We've got these tools in the middle. So neat. The 9, I love how we have all of these birds and bugs around. Really makes you think of that garden type image we see a lot. Oh my goodness, words today. And 10 of coins with all these roses wrapped around. Really cool. We've got our page. Knight, which actually looks like, oh, how cool. You can see how from the page to the knight, these plants down here have gotten further growth. Really cool way to show that. And again, even further growth with our queen. And then finally, the king. So neat. Oh my gosh, I am so excited about this deck. Logan just did such an amazing job. But our fun is not over. I think I'm gonna get out some Oracle decks and we're gonna play with some possible pairings because I think this deck is so fun and I've already got ideas. So I will pause here, grab those, and then we'll party. Okay, now because this deck is just black and holographic, I thought it'd be really fun to play around with some Oracle pairs that are really colorful. But to start, this one is not necessarily super colorful, but just, I don't know, felt like it had that same magical vibe to it. And this is the Fairy Dust Treasure Box of Fairy Magic and Wisdom. It's one of those little, this one's US Games, but Rockpool makes these too, those just little rectangular cards. So there's not much necessarily to look at from card to card here, but, oh, isn't that fun? With that blue and pink color. We don't have to look at this one for long because I realize it's not super interesting, but ow, oh my gosh, that is so cool. I'm excited about that pairing. Cool. All right. Moving along, though. I also wanted to try... Okay, well, I guess actually I've just got 2 colorful decks here because this next one is not colorful, but it is the Oracle of Oddities. I think this could be pretty cool with this deck. But we shall see. What do we think? I think that looks really cool. And look at that with 4 of Wands, Empress, and Awareness. Really cool pairing there. We've got Listen. I guess I didn't shuffle these, so we can't really look at it that way, but we kind of can, right? I think so. Oh, this totally works. See, the thing with this tarot is because it's got this limited color palette in a way, sort of. I don't know, it's interesting because, like, obviously the holographic is this rainbowy effect, but it's gonna pair so well with so many decks. I kind of just pulled out random ones and just wanted to see how it worked. Oh my gosh, that is a cool pairing though. Okay, so that is the Oracle of Oddities. I know what I didn't bring over. Where is... Where's my embroidered graveyard? There it is. Oh my gosh, this one is going to be so cool. I think I don't know if I've already tried this. I think I have already tried this one. But this is another deck with holographic effect. Oh, yes. That is so cool looking. Right? Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Yes, big fan, big fan. All right, that is the embroidered graveyard oracle. All right, let's look at two more here. I don't want to go crazy because I seriously feel like I could pair it with every single one I have. But let's look at the messenger oracle, because I think this is a colorful one that I think would really play well with even just the vibe of Logan's deck here. Yeah, it's got this almost like ethereal, cosmic energy to it, and that's what I feel like this oracle has as well. Where it's still grounded and earthy feeling in a way, but a little bit in the ether as well, if that makes any sense. Oh, these look so gorgeous together. Right? Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, this might be a favorite so far. That looks very cool. Yes. All right, we're gonna look at one more. And it's a classic for me. We're gonna take out the Fairy Temple Oracle because it is such a favorite. I feel like I gotta see what every deck looks like with it, you know? It's always gonna get a try. Let's see. What do we think? Oh my gosh. This is cool too, right? Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I love a tarot deck that really just works well with so many different kinds of oracles too. Because I feel like we've really gone the spectrum here of, of kinds of oracles, like you could say. And it just works. Oh my gosh, but you all know how I feel about this oracle. It's such a favorite. Oh, looks so pretty, doesn't it? Okay, I gotta keep this pairing out, don't I? I think I do. I love it. That's so good. All right, I think that is all we are gonna look at today, but I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough preview video. I will link the Kickstarter page for the Black Salt Tarot below. Today you are able to pre-save it, but again, it launches tomorrow. I'm so excited. I hope you're all excited too if this is your thing. And other than that, I will see you all again very soon.